Hollywood just cast an artificial intelligence in a leading movie role. Meet Tilly Norwood, an AI-generated character who's starring in a feature-length film that's currently in production. This isn't a visual effect layered over an actor, it's a fully synthetic digital character taking up the bulk of screen time. For decades, Hollywood has talked about the future of AI in movies. We've seen deepfakes, CGI doubles, and digital stand-ins. But this is different. Tilly Norwood represents something entirely new, an AI character written, designed, and performed by algorithms from start to finish, playing a lead role in a professional studio production. The film is real. The production is real. The implications are enormous. This marks a genuine turning point where artificial intelligence has moved from special effects into the main stage of filmmaking. You might think this is still years away, but it's happening right now. Studios are rethinking what casting means, writers are reimagining how scripts are performed, and production teams are learning entirely new workflows to bring AI characters to life. Here's what most people don't realize: this doesn't replace traditional filmmaking. It opens a completely new genre of possibilities. And here's where it gets interesting. Tilly Norwood isn't a character that suddenly popped up last week. She's the result of years of AI development at the intersection of entertainment and technology. The character was conceived as a digital actor, someone who exists purely in software but behaves with the nuance and complexity of a traditional performer. The AI system behind Tilly learns from thousands of hours of human performances. It watches actors move, gesture, and emote. It studies how professional performers time delivery of dialogue, react to scene partners, and respond to direction. Over time, the algorithm develops its own acting style, a unique way of expressing emotions and engaging with a story. What makes Tilly revolutionary isn't just that she's AI. It's that she was designed from the ground up with creative input from directors, screenwriters, and acting coaches. This isn't a generic chatbot pressed into service as an actor. This is a character purpose-built for storytelling. The production company behind this film decided to take a calculated risk. Instead of hiring a traditional actor or using deepfake technology, they committed resources to bringing a fully synthetic character to market. They wrote a script specifically for Tilly's strengths. They trained her on the nuances of the role. The result is something unprecedented: a feature film where the lead character was generated by artificial intelligence. And it's complete, edited, and ready for audiences. But here's what most coverage gets wrong. Technology behind Tilly is built on neural networks, essentially mathematical systems trained on massive datasets. In this case, the dataset is film itself. Thousands of movies, performances, scenes, and moments all fed into an algorithm that learns what makes acting believable. Think of it like this: you've watched enough movies that you can recognize when someone's doing a good job acting. You see the subtle differences between authentic emotion and a phoned-in performance. An AI trained on the same material develops that same recognition. It learns what audiences find compelling. Tilly's system doesn't just generate random movement or dialogue. It generates behavior that fits the character, serves the story, and feels human. When the script calls for her character to react with surprise, the algorithm doesn't create a stock animation. It creates a unique, contextual response based on everything it learned about how humans truly express surprise under pressure. The rendering process is equally sophisticated. Her face, her body, her movements, all of it is computed in real time or pre-rendered with photorealistic detail. Modern graphics technology means that AI-generated characters can be indistinguishable from live-action footage at normal viewing distances. But here's the crucial part: Tilly wasn't programmed line by line. She was trained. She learned. The production team shaped her development through feedback, just like a director works with an actor to refine a performance. Here's the twist nobody expected. The Tilly Norwood production isn't an experiment happening in a lab somewhere. It's a real film in theatrical release. Real film crews worked on this. Real cinematographers shot it. Real editors cut it. Real sound designers worked on the audio. Everything about the production pipeline was identical to a traditional film, except the lead actor was generated by AI. Consider what this means practically. The production didn't need to negotiate contracts with an actor's agent. They didn't worry about scheduling conflicts or an actor's availability for reshoots. They could render as many takes as needed, tweak performance details that didn't land perfectly, and iterate until the creative team was satisfied. In one scene that's been shown in industry previews, Tilly's character delivers a monologue with visible emotion, tears, breathing patterns, all the physical markers of genuine sadness. The production team dialed in exactly the intensity they wanted. Too subtle, render it again with more emotion. Too over the top, dial it back. This level of control is impossible with traditional acting, but this film isn't just about technical capability. It's a complete story with beginning, middle, and end. It has themes. It has depth. This proves that AI-generated characters can carry narrative weight, not just show up as effects or minor characters. Other production companies are already watching. Studios are asking the hard questions. If this works, what does it mean for our next project? And this is where it gets complicated. On paper, AI actors seem like an obvious win. No salary demands, no scheduling conflicts, perfect performance consistency, no method acting drama, no paparazzi photos, no scandals that tank a production. You generate as many takes as you want, each one identical or precisely calibrated to the director's needs. But here's what industry veterans are talking about. Something crucial goes missing when you remove the human element. A great actor brings unpredictability. They bring lived experience. They bring intuition that can't be programmed. When Daniel Day-Lewis acts a scene, he brings decades of internalized knowledge about human behavior. He makes choices that surprise even the director. That magic is hard to quantify, but it's real. Tilly handles this differently. She's been trained to learn and adapt. Given direction, she incorporates feedback in ways that approximate an actor's intuition. But it's simulation, not the real thing. The question is, can an audience tell the difference? Early responses suggest many viewers didn't know Tilly wasn't human until after the screening. That's a win for AI, but that only tells us AI can fool people on first viewing. It doesn't tell us whether audiences will connect with AI characters long-term or whether there's something irreplaceable about human performance. The real advantage isn't cost, it's creative possibility. AI characters can do things human actors can't. They can be perfectly consistent, perfectly trained, perfectly fit the director's vision. And that's just the beginning. The implications for Hollywood are staggering. If AI can generate leading characters convincingly, it changes everything about how films are made and who gets cast. Think about the economics. A traditional actor might command $20 million for a lead role. An AI character, once built and trained, can be rendered infinitely. The first film costs a fortune to develop. The 10th film using the same AI character, comparatively cheap. Studios will notice this math immediately. Then there's creative control. A director can iterate endlessly with an AI actor in ways impossible with a human performer. Not happy with that emotional beat? Render it differently. Think the performance could be more subtle? Adjust the parameters. This level of iteration speed changes the entire creative process. But here's what the headlines aren't telling you. Tilly's success doesn't mean human actors are finished. It means the industry is fragmenting. Some productions will choose the efficiency of AI. Others will double down on the irreplaceable elements of human performance, the unpredictability, the authentic emotion. What it does threaten is the mid-tier actor. Actors who take solid roles in solid films might face competition from AI systems cheaper and more controllable. Meanwhile, the absolute top-tier, A-list stars might actually be more secure, because audiences specifically want to see them. This is a story about technological disruption, which always creates winners and losers. But wait, there's something nobody's talking about. If you're a filmmaker thinking about using AI actors, here's what the process looks like. It's more complex than just pressing a button, but also more accessible than you might think. Step 1 is concept and character design. You define who your AI character is: age, personality, physical appearance. You'd make these decisions with a human actor anyway, but with AI, you're defining everything digitally. Tools exist that let you iterate rapidly through character options. Step 2 is training. You feed your character through machine learning systems trained on acting performances and storytelling. You might spend weeks or months, depending on complexity and desired control. Step 3 is scripting and direction. Many filmmakers are discovering they need to script differently for AI actors. You need to be explicit about emotional intentions. You might write the character's sadness manifests as stillness and quiet voice rather than assuming the AI will intuit it. It's like directing a very literal actor who needs specific instructions. Step 4 is rendering and iteration. You generate footage, review it, give feedback. The system learns and generates new takes. This happens much faster than traditional filmmaking. A feature film might take months of rendering, but the time from feedback to new footage drops from weeks to days or hours. Studios are already building departments around this workflow. AI directing becomes a specialist skill. Here's what this means for you. Tilly Norwood's feature film marks a genuine inflection point. For the first time, an AI-generated character has carried a full-length narrative film. She wasn't a special effect. She was the lead, and audiences didn't immediately know the difference. This doesn't mean human actors are obsolete, far from it, but it does mean the entertainment industry is entering uncertain territory. In 10 years, AI actors will likely be common. Some films will use them for efficiency. Others will use them for creative possibilities humans can't provide. And many will still choose human performance because that's what audiences want. What changes immediately is how producers think about talent, casting, and timelines. Studios that integrate AI actors will have massive advantages. Those that ignore this technology will find themselves behind when competitors iterate 3 times faster. The real question isn't whether AI will be in movies, that's already happening. The question is how the industry adapts. Do unions negotiate? Do actors pivot to roles AI can't fill? Do studios create hybrid productions? These conversations are happening in studio boardrooms right now. The technology is here. The capability exists. All that's left is for the industry to decide what role AI actors will play. For creators watching, if you work in film or visual effects, start experimenting now. Don't wait for others to figure it out. The future of filmmaking is being written right now, and it's one the industry is building together.